Hello and welcome! I've got my first finishes of the year today, and then I started another smaller project until I get my fabric and thread for the hade that I'm starting. And then I got tempted and I ordered another pattern that I'm also going to start at the same time. They're both large patterns, but I'll show that later once I get the thread and I need to order the fabric. So I'm starting my little test swatches. I'll make a video about this to know what kind of fabric I want to do them on. So that's what I've been up to. I finished the flowers that I had been working on. I think they turned out pretty well. I was trying different techniques on all three of them. Here's the back if anyone is interested. But on this one, I only went one spot at a time when I did the back stitching. But on this other one that I also finished, I went further on some of the spots. I think I like the look of one area at a time. But I did end up really liking this one. I like the little swirls, and the dragonfly is cute. Another thing that I tried on this one was finishing my threads under the X's in the front, but I wasn't really liking how sometimes I can see just a little bit extra bump in the fabric, which generally I don't think is a big deal. No one would be able to tell, but I can. And since this is mainly going to be for me, I'll just finish in the back, and the back will be a little bit messier, which doesn't really matter. So yeah, finished those two, and so now I have this set of the three. I don't really know what I'm going to do with them. I think they're just going to sit in a pile. Because I'm mainly doing this for just the joy of the stitching. The big pieces that I'm starting, I plan on framing those and putting them up in my house. So this one, I started after I finished this one from the book that I had. I can't remember the name of it, but there was other patterns in the book that I was thinking of trying, but I didn't have enough Ada left to do it. So I had seen someone, sorry, that's my dog drinking water if you hear that. I had seen someone doing this pattern from the DMC website, and I was like, oh, I like bugs and I like beetles, so I started this one. I'm almost finished. I just have a little bit there and then finishing off on the outside. So once I finish this one, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple more from the DMC website, because I had downloaded a few of the other ones that I liked. And they also had a cute little bee. I was thinking about maybe just putting more bugs around here, but we'll see. I don't know. I kind of just like him by himself. But I'll probably do more bugs in the future. So yeah, I didn't have the exact colors that they asked for, so I just got similar ones to what they... And here's the back so far. Something got a little snagged right here. It's okay. So yeah, right now I'm just really excited to get my thread in that I bought for kitting up my two big projects. So I mean, since this is all that I have done as far as cross stitching, this is The next two that are quite large are a little intimidating, but I'm excited to get into it. Oh, and also for this one, I got my sewing machine out and I stitched along the edges because I don't use any tape or anything. I didn't do anything on these. They frayed a little bit, not terribly, but I had them in my Q-snap. This one I was stitching in hand, which I did like stitching in hand, even though it kind of was hurting my wrist a little bit. But I decided that I should start practicing stitching the edges up. And as you can see, I had a little bit of an issue with that, with the sewing machine eating my fabric, because I am not an expert with the sewing machine, which is why I was like, well, I just need to do it. I'm not going to get better unless I try and practice. So I did eventually get it, even though it ate 2 edges of my fabric. I just had it too close to the edge when I started, so that's why it did that. So that's all I have for now. My next video, like I was saying, I was wanting to show how I'm gonna do little test swatch type stuff, showing different amounts of thread, so that when I want to do a project, I can see what amount of thread I like to use on a certain kind of fabric. So that's what I'm going to do right now, is I have a lot of these to do. So that's what I am doing today. Thanks for watching. I know it's not a lot to show since I'm just starting, but I'm really excited for what is coming in the future. So bye for now. Happy stitching.